So let's change our small program into something that actually just keeps asking you to type a name with L, and if you fail, it'll just ask you to try again. And we're going to move away from the actual if statement now and into what we call the while loop. And the loop is pretty much what it says. It's just a way for us to keep doing something until a statement is true. While a statement is true. So I put in a statement now, and as long as that statement is true, the program will keep running that piece of code for me. And that's pretty amazing when you need to do things like repeat, run over a list, do something again and again and again. Then we can do it this way. And we're going to use this in the console by saying the name again. And then here we're going to, instead of the if statement, we're going to say while it does not contain L, then write the name does not contain L. And then here type in a name that contains L, and then we'll just destroy this. I'll remove the else statement because that doesn't belong to a while loop, and whenever I get through this while, it means that I've actually you have typed a name that contains L, right? So let's just try and read this. I'm using the not keyword. I'm saying while I'm saying here the name input, right? I'm going to read a line. I'm going to ask if that actually contains L. And then I'm going to run the while loop as long as this guy does not contain L, right? And then what it's going to print is the name does not contain L. I can just write try again. Try again. So let's try and run this again, and let's try and type a name. Let's write John. That doesn't contain L. Oh, wait, what happens? We're getting in a never-ending loop. I just want to show you guys that. Let's stop this before we eat up all our memory. Because what happened is, we type in a name, it asks if the name contains L, but only once. And then it keeps using that variable, right? So it just keeps running now forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and that's a long time. So what we want to do is we want to actually ask the user to do another console read line inside the first read line here. So there we go. Now we'll type in a new name. So notice this variable actually references up to the variable up here. So this is now a reference. The name is equal to the new line I'm going to type in. And then I'll also just ask it to actually do the calculation here once more. And notice duplicate code is never good, so we'll fix that later. But right now I'm actually asking the same name again now if that name actually contains L now. And then we'll try and do it again. So let's try and run this again and try one more time and see if it actually helped fixing our problem here. So we won't end up in a never-ending loop of just typing. So I'll type a name again. Let's type John again. The name does not contain L. Try again. Bob. The name does not contain L. Jill. The name contains L. Exit. We just made another program that will keep running. So you're slowly starting to move into an actual program that can actually keep running until you shut it down. We'll have more fun next time.